Hi everyone, welcome to Sketch and Tell Live. I'm Erica at MyBodyModel, and today we are talking with Whitney Franklin at Whitney Gets Dressed. And Whitney was a tester for MyBodyModel, and she's a knitter and a sewer. And I love following her because she has this beautiful way of combining her knitted and sewn garments, and she also has just such a lovely way of combining different colors and textures. Her whole aesthetic and style is just awesome, and we're going to be talking a little bit about that today. Whitney is a stay-at-home mom to 3-year-old Cleo. She loves to sew, to knit, to cook, and occasionally travel to her husband's native Italy. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the comments, which is so that they don't show up on the bottom of the screen when we bring Whitney in. But I do ask, please, when we post this video later to IGTV, please share your comments on the video, because comments are always so welcome, so encouraging, and they're just wonderful. So thank you. Good. So we're off to a great start. It's
Hello.
So good to see you.
Good to see you
Hi.
too.
I'm just going to arrange this so it's not in the way. Okay, awesome. Ooh, I see you have your, behind you, you've got your mood board.
Yes.
Before we start, can you just tell us a little bit about what we see behind you?
Okay, so there are sketches of 9 projects. I use the 9 model page from the planner. Some of those projects I have already done. Like this sweater is on there, and the pink and peach striped olive dress from Megan Nielsen that I did when I was like not test sewing, but like a preview sew of that. And then next to it, I have one of the front and back views, like just single project page.
Nice.
So the apron that I want to make using the Helen's Closet York pinafore, I have her apron expansion pack that crosses over in the back.
I love that.
And then I'm also going to use the gathered skirt hack that's on Helen's blog, because I saw a lot of images on Pinterest recently when I was doing the Seamwork Design Your Wardrobe of aprons that crossed in the back and had a gathered skirt. And I just loved the idea of that kind of a pinafore that was easy to just slip on and off. I'm going to be homeschooling my daughter in preschool this year, so thought it would be nice to have kind of a smock that I could just slip on and off as we do like art activities and cooking in the kitchen, things like that. So
I love that.
And I love the back view for that because, you know, everything that's special about this apron is in the back with the cross straps and everything. So it was great being able to use the back view to sketch that part of it out, so it didn't just look like a normal pinafore. And then I have a bunch of swatches, fabrics mostly, and then there's also a knitted swatch for the sweater that I'm currently working on. So that's what's back there.
I love that. It's so super inspiring. Like it's a little bit small on my screen, but I can kind of make out the swatches. So when you're in your making space, you can be inspired by your sketches and your swatches all together.
It also, for me, helps me to stay focused. I am very easily distracted by the next shiny thing. So if I have like a cue visually right there for me, it helps me fall back in love with those project ideas that I had, so that fabric doesn't just pile up. I actually use it instead of just constantly buying more, which I'm very bad about.
We won't talk about that today. I love it. So yes, I love how you found an image, or you were inspired by images on Pinterest.
Yeah.
And you thought of what patterns would work for that, and then you were able to draw it on your body model to figure out if it was going to work.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
And also, I tend to be very in my head. I always have like a million thoughts swirling around in there. And it helps me to get them out on paper. It's kind of like sweeping for me. If I get them down on paper, then I don't have to keep thinking about them, but I also don't lose them. It helps. I don't know.
I like that. For me, it was really similar when I first had the idea for my body model. Part of the issue was I just started sewing for myself, and I was so excited, and I had so many ideas that I couldn't even sleep at night, because just the idea, you keep going through, like, any one piece of fabric could be an infinite number of things.
Exactly.
And so you just keep going through and through and through. And I needed to get it on paper, but just regular list making didn't work for me. I needed something visual.
Exactly.
Which is so nice. I love it.
So it's kind of like journaling for some people in that way, I guess, but just to get it out.
I love that. And you were talking, we checked in yesterday, and you were talking about how your daughter, who's 3, also likes sketching on your body model template.
She does. She calls it people pages, and she knows that it's my body.
I love that.
Like, I want a mama page, and she'll start just basically scribbling on there. Although today she grabbed a blank piece of paper while I was sketching and started drawing clothes. They didn't look like clothes, but to her, she's like, "This one's a ballerina skirt."
Nice.
And, it was really cute. But she loves to color, doodle on the pages while I'm sketching. So we'll sit there at the table together, and I'm sketching, and she's coloring, and
I love that. Really I love to think about that, and I've actually heard from a lot of people whose kids or grandkids love to sketch along when they're sketching, and it's so different from when I was a kid. When we had the Barbie, we had these. The thing back then was the Barbie fashion templates.
Yeah,
you're probably. I don't know if this might be before your time, but
no, I think I had those. I think I did.
And just such a different. So, like, you're thinking about dressing Barbie versus an outline body of your mother or your grandmother, and having that image of what a body looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
And that it's fun, that it's fun to dress a real body.
Yeah,
I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you've been doing Design Your Wardrobe, and
kind of.
I know you've done it kind of. I've also done it kind of a few times. Like, every time I'm like, yes, I'm going to do this. So can you talk a little bit about that process, and also about sketching and the role of sketching in that?
So this is, I think, my 3rd or 4th time doing Design Your Wardrobe, and I think that I did it the very first time they ever had it. So before they had streamlined it as much as they have now. I think now it's only 3 weeks long. Used to be 4 weeks. And so I skip ahead a lot. I really love the Pinterest part of it, and I hate Pinterest. This is the only time I ever get on Pinterest is when I'm doing Design Your Wardrobe. But I love to get on there and look for images and come up with, kind of a theme of, like, a mood that I'm working through, which, they suggest in the program. And then I'm so inspired, I immediately jump to sketching. Like, once I get that vision in my head of what I want, I don't even bother going through, shopping my patterns or shopping my stash. It's like, immediately, like, I saw all these aprons, I knew I've got the Yorkshire for, I have this linen in my stash.
Nice.
This is what I'm going for. So I don't so much curate a palette the way that they suggest, and I don't really do the, solids and prints and, what your main colors are, and then the, secondary colors you want to pull in. That for me tends to happen in the mood stage, like in the Pinterest stage.
Yeah, you kind of already know by the time you get to that.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of skip over that part and really just jump straight into the sketching, because again, sketching helps me to focus and narrow my ideas down. I start out sketching with pencil, and so it's really easy to just erase it, or print out a blank template and start over.
Right.
I do that a lot. So I kind of skip around, because for me, sketching is like the most fun part of it. So
yeah, I love that. And it's kind of part of your thinking process, because everyone thinks and plans in different ways. And some people are more about the narrative part of it. And some people are more about the visual part of it. And there's something about sketching that kind of brings that all together, at least for my brain, for sure.
Yeah, same.
Nice. So are you prepared to talk a little bit about, and I should mention that Design Your Wardrobe is a program by Seamwork magazine, and it's an online program, and they just did a big collaboration with MyBodyModel and featured MyBodyModel sketching throughout their whole program, which was so amazing. Yeah. So hopefully we'll start to see a lot more sketches as part of the process and people that are going through that process. But are you prepared to talk a little bit about the style evolution, or just kind of your style evolution in general? Because you've kind of, you've been using sketching for a while, and you've gone through Design Your Wardrobe a few times, kind of where you landed and what that resulted in the sketching process.
So it's funny, and this hasn't really, I don't know that the evolution of my style has really come out in the sketching, because a lot of the way that my style, I felt like I was in a place to evolve, I don't really know how I want to say this, came about from traveling to Italy. And my husband got a new job last October, and with this new job, we were going to be able to travel to Italy more often. So the evolution of my style kind of came about because of that. But now, of course, because of COVID, we have no idea when we'll be able to go again. So I've kind of pressed pause on that. I'd been leaning toward more solid colors, more sophisticated styles, I guess, than like the kind of quirky style I'd kind of gone for in the past, with bright colors and mixing different textures and patterns. Like that always felt very me, but it felt more like me in my 20s and early 30s.
Interesting.
I'm 35 now. I'll be 36 next month. And I kind of was feeling like my style was starting to evolve more into where it'll be when I'm in my late 30s to 40s.
So you're kind of thinking ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I mean, I think that that's natural, but now with everything so topsy-turvy, kind of falling back on what feels comfortable. So kind of, going back to the like fun style, something that brings me joy. Yeah. Nobody's going to see it, so it doesn't matter how sophisticated it is. And,
right.
So I also, we are pretty sure we won't be able to go to Italy again until Cleo has already started school, at which point we'll only be able to go in the summers. So,
I'm so sorry. And there's something so special about, and I should mention that you have two beautiful blog posts on the My Body Model blog. One is planning your Italy travel wardrobe, and then the other one has your travel photos. These are from last summer. Your travel photos, and you created this whole packing list. Visual. You made a visual packing list for your trip to Italy.
Here,
and it's so special. I love that. I love that so much. So instead of like a packing list of items, you had a picture that you could refer
Yeah,
to.
yeah, which was a lot of fun. But it also taught me a lot about what I do not like to wear in the summer when it is 112 degrees and there's no air conditioning. Um, I have discovered that I do not like anything fitted against my waist when it is that
Mm-hmm.
hot, which knocks out pretty much all of my summer clothes. So next time, I don't have the heart to try to plan anything like a
No,
wardrobe
not
for
yet.
Italy now. But I know that the next time we go, I'm going to be sketching up a storm in anticipation of it. I have a lot of patterns in mind that I think will be really good. That are, we'll just kind of skim the body and
Yeah, yeah,
not be fitted around the waist, because I had no idea how uncomfortable that would be, especially with
yeah,
like a blouse tucked into a skirt when it's 112 degrees.
yeah, yeah.
No, it was not
I'm the
comfortable. I
same way.
thought I
Yeah.
was gonna
Especially as I get
die.
older. And if you're looking ahead to
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
older, yeah, just
yeah,
nothing in
yeah.
this whole area. Just,
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly. Just
yeah,
like
yeah,
loose, a
yeah.
tent.
Not
Let
even
me wear a
touching.
tent.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly,
yeah,
exactly. Oh
exactly.
God, it was
Those will
miserable.
be fun to draw. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. I think so too.
yeah,
Because especially, I feel like for myself, for the way I feel about my body, um, when I wear oversized or loose fitting things, the proportions in through the shoulders and the sleeves are become really important to me, to not feel like I'm drowning in my clothes, that they just
right.
skim, but they're not like, a sack.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not
Mm-hmm.
that there's anything wrong with sack dresses. I
No.
certainly would love to have some, but fitted through here so that it
Mm-hmm.
feels more feminine somehow. I'm not sure. Um,
Yeah. And you can work out how you want the sleeves or the seam lines or no seam lines and how you
exactly,
want the neckline. Is it
exactly,
really plays into
exactly.
that
So I think that
too?
sketching is going to be really helpful when it comes to planning those kind of garments for myself. Because I
Nice.
think also the hemline is going to be important to me. You know exactly where the hemline is going to
Right.
hit. So sketching will be
Right.
really, really useful. I
And
think I'm going to
also
be doing a
figuring
lot of it.
out design details. If you're not going to have the
Yeah,
waistband, what other like pocket placement and stuff
yeah,
like that you can play with.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Very
So
fun. I like
yeah,
thinking about that. Yeah.
yeah.
I am in the same place just for every summer. And yeah, so hot.
Miserable.
But
I hate summer. I am not a summer person.
well, we
I
are going into fall, the best
finally,
season for
yes,
layering
yes,
and pulling together outfits. So tell me a little bit about your upcoming fall plans. You talked about the apron, which
yes,
is so fun.
yes. And I need, since I'm going to be, every day is going to be homeschooling my daughter, I need stuff that's not precious. So I'm going to be working with a lot of linen. I think
Mm-hmm,
linen is a great workhorse fabric.
mm-hmm,
Um, I don't worry about it getting stained, or I don't know. It just, for me, linen washes really well, wears really well. It's comfortable. We're going to be spending a lot of time outside. The curriculum that I'm using with her is kind of a Waldorf inspired
mm-hmm.
curriculum. So we're going to be spending a lot of time outside. Um, so I'm planning a lot of loose kind of dresses that have, actually I'm using the Megan Nielsen olive as the base
Mm-hmm.
for almost everything, because
Nice.
I wasn't sure I would like that dropped waist that it has. It has a slightly dropped waist. But it is so comfortable. It doesn't feel restricting at all.
Mm-hmm,
There's no set in sleeve. It's just a cut on
mm-hmm.
sleeve. So I've got so much movement in through here, and it's been great for layering. I'm working on a second one right now in an olive green tencel twill, but that peach and pink striped linen
I've
one,
seen that one.
I have
So
worn it
pretty.
all summer. I mean, just over and
Nice.
over. And so I'm making a lot of those. and sweaters. I've
Mm-hmm.
kind of fallen in love with pullovers. I have a lot of cardigans, but not very many pullovers. So I'm working on pullovers. And other than that, I think that I want to make some kind of lounging type stuff because I'm not
Yeah.
leaving my house this fall. I live in a college town, and the students
Yeah.
have come back, and it is not good.
Yeah. So wardrobe
Not
planning
pretty.
is so much fun. So there's wardrobe planning for when we're traveling and things like that, but also wardrobe planning for real life.
Mm-hmm.
But trying to be real, but also have fun with it.
Yeah.
And right now you're wearing, so in a recent blog post, we did the sketch to finish side by
Mm-hmm.
side from your fall wardrobe plans last fall
Yep.
and your finished garments. And at that point, you hadn't finished everything.
Nope.
And this sweater was one of the, you said the
Yes.
ones that got away.
Yes.
Do you have the sketch with you right there?
I don't.
If you don't, it's okay. But if folks want to
I do
see
not. I don't know
that blog post.
I don't know. I found some of my old drawings, but I did not find that one, and I did not find the ones that I just did the other day. That I
So
think I must have
you have a
thrown
photograph
away.
of them at least.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
what I love is that you had this vision. So this would be before last fall, and you sketched it all out, and you worked on all of those pieces, and even the ones that you didn't get to, then they were still you had the vision of what you wanted, and you still were able to make it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And then also one of the sketches you started with, it was an outfit, if I'm remembering the sketch. It was the gray sweater with a mustard viscose floral, which was going to be a shirt dress, but you ended up making a skirt. And which is perfect in terms of the sketch, because you've got the pullover over the skirt.
And it's actually, I didn't include a full body shot the other day when I finished the sweater, but it's actually a maxi skirt, which is it's the cashmere Holyoke skirt.
So pretty.
And it's such a meaningful outfit to me because I bought this yarn and that fabric in Italy last summer.
And the buttons were special too, I remember.
Yeah, they are vintage buttons. I think those might have been from Czechoslovakia, like in the early 20th century, and they've got this like beveled edge, so beautiful. But yeah, so they felt like glittery, sparkly, felt very special.
I loved it. I loved how in your I love how in your sketches you're so good at rendering prints when you're coloring with markers and doing different textures and things. I was wondering if you could share a little bit about your art supplies and your process and your tools and how you go about it.
So when I'm sketching, the first thing, I actually found all of my markers that I told you yesterday I had lost. Okay. They were in a bag. I hid them from Cleo because she's always getting into them, and she started drawing on my fabric scraps with them, and I'm like, no.
Oh, scraps, okay.
Yeah. I have,
these are not Crayola washable markers.
Okay, so when I am sketching, I start out just pencil.
Nice.
Plain.
Eraser.
Number 2 pencil. Eraser is very important.
Yes.
And then I use a very fine Le Pen.
Oh, I love those. I have one of those too.
Yeah, and I go over my lines. And then once this pen has dried, I erase my pencil marks. Nice. So that it doesn't muddy the picture. Mm-hmm. And then I go in with my favorite marker, which is Tombow. Nice. It's an alcohol-based marker, and it's got 2 ends, which is what I love about it. It's got the brush pen, which is great for filling in areas, and then it's got this little fine tip, which when I'm doing sweaters and stuff is really great for adding the ribbing, like color over it with.
So you do another layer.
Yeah, do just one layer to like a wash of color with this end, and then go in and draw the ribs or any kind of design details with this one, because it's the same color, but because it's more concentrated or something, it goes on slightly darker. Plus, I mean, it just layers up nicely. I also like these because they are really good for making gathers.
Oh yeah, you're going to show us how to do that?
And
we'll
so
have a little mini tutorial.
This was a tip from Meredith at Wonder Fair, my local stationery shop where I buy these. So if you do like one line, so you're doing a pink skirt, like that, and then you just go over it again, you can kind of get these like gathering lines.
So it has almost like a pleated effect.
Yeah,
so you
exactly.
It's like if you go over once and you go over again, because it makes it darker, it kind of makes the shadow of the fold or of the gather in the fabric.
Exactly. Or, you can also go over it again with the fine tip to just draw on those little lines.
Oh, nice.
So either
That's
way.
a great tip. I hadn't heard that one. That one's really cool.
Yeah, she used to sew. I don't know if she does anymore. But that was a great tip. She knew that I was buying these to sketch clothes. So yeah, shout out to Meredith.
And the shift to, I just want to do a call out to alcohol-based markers, which are a total game changer in coloring, because you don't see the lines as much. If they kind of blends in, which makes it also faster, because you were doing colored pencils before, I remember, before the markers.
The colored pencils, they would constantly break, or there wasn't as much color variety, because, you're buying them in sets. With the Tombos, you can buy them individually. And what I do at Wonder Fair is I will take my sketches, pre-COVID, I will take my sketches in there my swatches in there with me. And, they have a little pad of paper where you can test the markers to match the colors. Which is really, really useful. Although, since I thought that I had lost my markers, I bought a new set. I usually just buy them individually, but it was perfect because the set was cottage themed. And like I told you, my Design Your Wardrobe mood theme, whatever, for this collection was like prairie mama cottage core. I feel like such a dork saying, but
it's awesome.
Anyway, I also wanted to show you, I did this today.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe you did that today. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Awesome.
This is a mix of stuff that is already in my wardrobe and things that I'm currently working on, and a couple of things that I would like to get to eventually. So this actually, what made me want to show you this is because we were talking about rendering prints. This is the shirt that I'm wearing today. So it's a Liberty floral top. And the best way to do these little florals is honestly just little dots for the petals in little bunches, little clusters.
I love that.
So yeah.
I love that, because you're just kind of communicating the feel of the print.
Yeah,
you're not trying to draw it exactly.
Exactly. And then this is that copper colored estuary skirt that I have that I wear all the time. This is the apron that I'm going to make. I used it as one of my layering pieces because it's going to go really well over the top of everything.
That's so perfect.
The Felix pullover that I'm currently working on. And with this one, I just drew the ribs in with the lapin. I didn't, because I wanted it to be more obvious. And I drew the design elements of the sweater also with the lapin. These little eyelets for the raglan increases. This is a Seamwork Ace top that I made last year. Just a basic black funnel neck. It's perfect. It goes with everything. This is a Closet Core Fiore skirt that I cut out a million years ago and haven't sewn it. I mean, it's just in pieces. I just need to interface it and sew it. But I cut it out right before the pandemic hit, and I didn't have any matching thread. And I haven't felt comfortable going into a store
Yeah.
to match my thread. I need to buy one of those thread cards, so I can
Oh,
match.
interesting. So you can order online, maybe?
Yeah. I know
Okay.
that's what a lot of people have been doing, and I need to just break down and buy one.
I love that color too.
Well, I layered 2 markers on top of each other to try to match the swatch, which it doesn't match the swatch very well, but it's not bad. It's more muted than this. It's a washed linen. This is a Helen's Closet Elliot tee that I want to make. And I actually have the fabric like right here next to me. It's this kind of like mauve stripe. Yeah. Just like a basic t-shirt. And then this is a sweater that I would like to make after I finish this one, because this one's going so fast. This pattern's called Sister Olga. And it has this cool like corrugated garter stitch texture in like an hourglass shape on the front, maybe also the back of the sweater. So that was fun to draw. And then this is a pattern that is not out yet. I don't know when it's going to be out.
Top secret?
It's not anything that I'm testing, but it's the Artist Made Patterns wrap skirt. It's really cool because it wraps and ties in the back.
I like that.
It is really cool. It is really cool looking. And I have this like indigo striped hemp blend.
That's a linen.
That I'm gonna, it's a hemp.
Is it hemp? Hemp, yeah.
Hemp and cotton, maybe.
Nice.
Got this from Maker Mountain Fabrics. So that's what I want to use for that skirt. But I had so much fun.
Yay! So did you draw the clothes on your 3 models page, or how did you draw the clothes?
Yes, that's what I did. I think I already recycled it, but I took one of the 3 model pages and I went over the outline with black lip pen so that it would show through my paper easier when I was tracing the clothes on top of it, because I just use regular computer paper. I don't have any tracing paper. And then I just cut them out and stole my daughter's glue stick and glued them down. But that was such a fun activity today.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So the page that they're stuck on is we have that as a free download on the website, and we just posted it today. So I love it that you've already done it.
Printed it out.
It's a 3x3 mini capsule planning worksheet. And the idea is that you can take 3 tops, 3 bottoms, and 3 layers and make 36 outfits with it. And you can do it however you want. You can also do just 3 tops and 3 bottoms and make 9 outfits. But we're going to be having a challenge coming up soon in September. So I'm so excited.
It was so much fun. I want to do more. So I'm probably going to do more.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. We're running out of time. It went so fast. I want to make sure to ask you a couple more questions. Yeah. One is, do you have any drawing tips? You've given a whole bunch of drawing tips, but we hear from a lot of people that say, I like the idea of my body model, but I can't draw. Do you have any beginning advice for people? I think that the best way to do it is to look at the pattern flats, the design flats that pattern companies publish. A lot of times they'll be, on the back of the pattern envelope or in the instructions or whatever. That gives you an idea of what silhouette you're drawing. Just it's flat, it's plain. So you can kind of just copy that. I mean, I am not good at like copying things to scale, like with a printer, but that would be another option, is that you could print it and then trace over it with your body model underneath it. I try not to sweat it too much. I'm using a pencil, I can erase. Yeah. Other than that, focus on the details. It's all just geometric shapes, right? It's lines, it's circles, it's, triangles.
there's not, I mean, you're not trying to repaint the Mona Lisa or anything like that, you know?
Right, right.
And nobody has to see it but you. If it
That's true.
sucks, if it sucks,
Yeah.
throw it away. Put it in the recycling
Right.
box. You know, let your kid color it. Whatever. They'll have fun with it. It doesn't matter. There's no pressure, you know, or do it digitally. That's another option. Although for me, there's been a steep learning curve with drawing digitally, and I'm not always happy with how my digital ones work. I have an easier time with pencil and paper, getting it to look the way I want it to look and getting the colors to come out right. I kind of struggle with the digital. Although, like I told you yesterday, that's because I'm using my daughter's iPad and I can only use it at night after she goes to bed. So maybe my brain is just fried at that point. I don't know.
When you're tired, that could do it. It takes some getting used to, though. When you're drawing digitally, the stylus feels like it moves really fast, so you have less control. So it takes some getting used to. Whereas with a pencil and paper, there's texture, so it's slower, so you have more control.
Right. Yeah.
But I love kind of that idea of that it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just for you. And the other thing you mentioned earlier is like you're just trying to do the idea. You get the details, but in terms of the parts that people worry about getting just right, like making sure the print is exact or that the stripes are perfectly parallel. You don't like you can just draw the idea of stripes to get a sense of what it's going to look like. And for the print, you can even do just little dots to show the idea of how that print will look on the garment, stuff like that. I love that.
I'm a big fan of just drawing blobs.
Blobs are good.
Blob here, blob here.
And pencil, I also like your tip of doing the pencil first, and then you can go over it with a pen and erase the pencil marks, which is great. A great tip. So we've talked about a lot of things. I want to make sure that we didn't miss any like critical questions that I wanted to be sure to ask. Did you have any other sketches that you wanted to be sure to show? The worksheet of the 3x3 is so awesome. I'm so excited that you did that.
This was my favorite sketch I ever did, but I have not made this outfit. I probably will not ever make this outfit, but I love the sketch so much I'm never going to get rid of it.
I love that one.
Just because I really enjoyed doing the color work on the sweater. I love that one. This is the Ice Fall sweater from Tin Can Knits, and what skirt is that? The Grain Line Reed. Which I might make. I mean, I have all the materials to make this outfit, but I just don't know.
It's so nice. The color combinations are so lovely.
I love it too.
I love it.
I'll be honest, the reason why I planned this outfit was to take my daughter to see Frozen 2, because I felt like the color scheme kind of matched Anna's outfit, and she was going to wear her Elsa dress. So... But then we went and saw the movie, and I never made the outfit. There was snow on the ground. I wouldn't have been happy in this outfit anyway. It was too cold.
I love that sketch. I love that sketch. We actually have it featured right now on the website. When you click to see, like, what is my body model? What can you do with my body model? It's right there. It's one of my favorites also. I love it. I love that it's one of your favorites, too.
I do love it. I love it very much. So,
awesome. It's been so fun talking to you. I hope we can do it again. And,
yes, this is fun.
We'll be sure to post this, and we can't include links in the Instagram post because they don't let you do that yet.
Right.
But we might be able to post it in stories and link to something now that we have 10,000 followers. And then also, yay, so exciting. But where can people find you online?
Well, on Instagram, I'm Whitney Gets Dressed, and I have a blog that I don't ever use. It's wmcorella.wordpress.com. I will put that link in my bio, because right now I think the link in my bio links to my body model blog post that I wrote.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
So I need to put my own blog back in there, but I haven't updated it in at least a year. So
Your Instagram, though, I encourage everybody to check out your Instagram. And during Me Made May, you posted almost daily outfit photos. So that is so much. I love looking through those. So I encourage everybody to check that out for sure. And your blog posts on the My Body Model blog.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Whitney.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you again soon.
All
Thanks.
right. Bye.
Bye.